Welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. My name is Tobal. Sarah Brown is sitting upon her throne in our farm home. And you know what? I keep forgetting this. Let's find some freaking seeds. Before I do anything else, let us get some lettuce, right? Yes, where are my seeds? Let's grab some zucchini. Oh, we actually do have lettuce seeds. Yes, the joke is made complete. We're going to go. That's really... Why is this only light out? I'm really confused. Do we have something blocking our vision? Interesting. It's almost like the light is not quite going all the way around us like it should. It is midday. Maybe we're just blind from the sun. Anyways, I'm going to try to plant some seeds because, oh, it's actually just that easy. Fair enough. Remember, we've been waiting to try to plant some seeds for a while because it's been too darn cold. So how about we try to get some seeds planted because we are looking at moving out of here at some point. Now, I don't know how many in-game days it needs for a harvest to actually occur. So I guess we'll just try to break some things down into seeds here. And we'll do barley seeds and wheat seeds. That should be great. If we're able to get wheat and barley, that'll let us make oats, I think. Is it oatmeal or just oats that we can eat? And then it'll also let us make bread. So this is going to be really, really great. I don't know if we're going to get a ton right now. Mostly because, you know, we only had a few to begin with. But it's still something that's worth trying out because science. So let me put my barley and wheat on a different row because I'm like obsessed like that. And I'll be right back once I'm done planting our lovely seeds. And that could have been made a bit easier if we were to have kind of a seed, what is it, like a seed planter on a vehicle. So there are some farm vehicles that have that. We can also probably add that ourselves if we ever so wanted to. Let's see, how's our battery doing today? Let me look at the vehicle as a whole. We are 92% battery. I did install a ton of swappable storage, so we should be able to run this bad boy for a long, long time. So let's do, let's turn on the dome light, right? No, aisle light. There we go. How much is this going to run for? 14 hours until full. So it's super, super long term right now. By the way, I noticed that, if I remember right, the Food Co. does not replace a normal kitchen unit from an RV. So if you're looking for something like, if you're wondering why you installed a Food Co. and you're not able to drink from it, it's because you actually still need the kitchen unit. So we probably could make another frame just for funsies. We previously have made this funnel here, so we have a tank of water that, well, I don't know how much water is in it. Is there any water? At 20% clean water. So the filtration system of the Food Co. can, like, instantly, apparently, filter all the water. But to drink the water, you will need to grab something from the normal kitchen faucet. So let me go ahead and remove the wheel. Bolt turning of 2 or more. I always forget this wrench. Silly, silly wrench. Like I said, one day I'm just going to like staple the wrench to my face. But until that day, we'll keep going back to storage. Right, so let's remove yon 24-inch wide wheel. What are the wheel sizes on the truck? Just out of curiosity. Don't these use a bigger wheel? 32-inch armored wheel. So we're going to have to take really good care of those because I imagine it's going to be rather hard to find replacements. Oh, I guess unless we wind up just finding another military vehicle. Maybe they have the same thing. I didn't quite mean to bring the tire in here, but that's fine. That's fine. Right, so good old frame, please. And we'll install the kitchen unit. I think that's all we need for this one. We have the kitchen unit somewhere. I maybe have to stand... Where is the kitchen unit? Where, oh where did my kitchen unit go? There it is. Cool, and then we can take a drink. Yep, that's what I was curious about. I tried to take a drink earlier from the Food Co. and forgot that the kitchen unit actually still is the kitchen unit with the faucet and the hot plate, while the Food Co. I think does a lot of food preparation. So it'll just count for you in a lot of your food requirements. So, I don't know, like what kind of stuff? There's no tools. Like, if we go through our entire food list, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be missing much in terms of tools required for any meals. You see how most of the tools required section is going to be green? It's the raw ingredients that we're missing, yes. But we're pretty much able to make almost everything we have a recipe for in terms of what tools we need. Now, someone also, while we're on the topic of food, I had been asking about dehydrated and dried food. So if we want to make dehydrated meat, we need a charcoal smoker or a food dehydrator, which we have in the form, I believe, of the... doesn't the Food Co. act as a food dehydrator? I believe so. But say if you just have charcoal only, I had asked earlier about how we're able to make more charcoal. Well, there is a kiln. We'd actually gotten a kiln before. Now, this is a brick kiln. I think we'd have to construct a new kiln, a charcoal kiln, yeah. A rock kiln designed to burn wood and organic material into charcoal in absence of oxygen. Right, so we would have to get a bunch of rocks. So all we'd have to do is pretty much just burn down a building somewhere and then gather those rocks. So we could do that pretty easily. And then we'd be able to make the charcoal kiln. And apparently all you load up is like 20 logs into the kiln, and you wind up getting thousands of charcoal. So that would be a pretty great thing to get at some point if we ever need to do charcoal. Someone mentioned that what they use in their survival vehicle is pretty much just put a stove in the back here, and then they also throw in a charcoal smoker just so that they can always prepare food whenever they're on the road. So we'll be looking at those options as well. Okay, so we're doing pretty well in terms of overall just getting organized, having the parts we need, having the knowledges we need. So we're at a, I would say the fully on mid stage, probably transitioning into the late game right now, because we have a really great set of supplies. And really, if we wanted to survive for eternity, all we would need to do is find a pretty solid food source in terms of the game mechanics, right? Not in terms of keeping our sanity anyway, but we would really need to keep a long-term food source. So I think we might try to go out on a hunt, a bit of a hunt and a scavenging run. I'd like to go back into Pulteney for sure to try to get more military vehicles so that we can kind of remove the outer plating and then put the the other plating in, or just grab some other disposable vehicle that I can take all the way up north to the other military vehicle, which is up here. We parked it way over by the McMansion up here by Gloucester. So that is something I'd like to try to do. I know for sure there is one here. I just don't remember where other military vehicles are. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more around here. I believe if we go to the National Guard camp, they will have them, but of course I do also think they have the robots. So that's not really going to be great. I did start kind of just messing around on the newer builds of Cataclysm, and I tried out I think it's the classic zombies modification or balancing. And what it did is it only adds normal zombies and shocker zombies, I think, and tough zombies. But it actually removes all other things, like I think bees, robots. Actually bees were there, but robots were gone. I went to a National Guard camp and it was completely empty, so I got to see what's inside. I won't spoiler that in case you ever want to go inside yourself, but it is really, really large and kind of fun to go through. Okay. So next couple of steps, then I guess we'll just grab whatever kind of stuff we need to go on a little trip. I have been making more, trying to repair my clothing, by the way. So I have been working on, I think I actually did fix up nope, I think I failed at my military rucksack. Just to show you how some of this stuff works. Let's grab a couple of sewing kits here. Some of them are already used. How do you recharge a sewing kit? Is it just thread? The sewing kit doesn't. I thought the sewing kit actually would what's the word I'm looking for? Completely get expended. That's cool that you're able to just recharge. I think you just recharge it with thread then. So that means as long as we were able to have thread, we're always going to be able to make more sewing kits. What can we make with thread? Distaff cotton balls. Can we make cotton balls? Not bottom, but cotton. Okay, so I think this is like more of a what you would get if you disassemble something. You need cotton boll. Oh, is a cotton boll what you get when you actually grow cotton? I would think that's what the phrase means. I'm not really familiar with what boll is. I'm guessing it's a type of, it might be a type of plant. So maybe that's what you get if you actually grow cotton. Can we have cotton seeds in the game? That's really cool. So let's try to activate our sewing kit. And we're going to try to use the military rucksack. Now I'm going to use the repeat until fully repaired. And I think we're just going to run out of charges at some point. Repair what? Did it actually succeed? It didn't quite tell me anything. Where's my rucksack at? Oh, cool. Here it is. Yeah. So you damage your rucksack, you repair your military rucksack, and then you run out of charges. So, I mean, if you don't mind, blowing through a lot of your thread, if you happen to have a lot of thread lying around, you can pretty much just grind this up, I believe, by trying to repair random stuff. You might damage it. You might, I don't think you ever completely destroy an object. You might break the quality of it down to pretty much nothing. Hey, cool. We were able to grab the military rucksack and get that nice and cleaned up. So I will take that, please. Hello? Ruck. Ruckety rucksack. Excellent. What do we have on us right now? I just made myself some cargo pants, a shirt, and a backpack. So we don't have barely anything on. It was I wanted Sarah to have a nice relaxed outfit. She's a little bit cold. So I suppose I can get her a balaclava, and we probably need to get her some kind of boots. So we'll grab some steel-toe boots here. And do we have any socks? This is very important, right? We have to have socks. Sarah is a big fan of wearing socks. Right, well, you know what? Damn it, we're going to make our own sock. Can we not make our own socks? I'm super sad about that. We have no yarn, and we have no plant fiber, sinew, or thread. Fair enough. We'll just have to deal with wearing lovely boots without any socks in them. That's really uncomfortable. And we should be able to grab a balaclava. Ooh, a thermal balaclava too. Wait. Oh, the warmth is only 10 when it's off. I imagine when you actually activate it. So, question here. Could we use, hang on, let's do this. Let's grab the mod. This is silly. Can we make a heavy battery mod? Can we attach, let's unload the balaclava. Can we attach the heavy, yes we can. We can attach the heavy battery mod to the thermal electric balaclava. That's awesome. That's so silly. So we're going to put a massive battery charge inside the balaclava there, and there we go. Now we're able to wear our lovely warm balaclava and be super, oh god, we're so warm. So that's actually going to be really great for the winter time. We'll turn that off and let that just kind of sit in storage for a bit. I just have to remember not to drop it. There we go. All right. So that was a fun science experiment. So apparently you really can pretty much put your... Sarah looks beautiful right now. You can pretty much put those mods on anything, it seems like, that needs a charge. Do you have anything we can eat? I got a ton of tin stuff. Somebody else was mentioning, you know, getting some more preservative type things or some things that would help in recipes. So we do have salt, but, you know, maybe getting some spices, trying to look for things like that that would kind of improve the quality of a meal a bit. Let's get rid of a lot of the rotted food if we could. I'd like to move that off of this area. And we've got some bratwurst here that's old. You got a random thing of blood from when we did the blood draw on some critter. Lovely. There we go. Take this outside. We'll take this down to our disposing point, and which is apparently just to do over here. Why are we so messed up in vision? It must be because it's bright outside. That's the only thing I can think of. Let's also go ahead and take our thermoses, and I will unload it. That way we can keep the thermos in case we want to use that down the road, right? I think that's how that works. And we'll do one more of those. Are we carrying that other thermos? Yeah, we are. Okay. All right. So what do we want to do today? Let's go on a bit of a raid. I think that's going to be a good plan. We'll go into Poltony maybe and go poke around a bit with our all of our weapons and our armor and things like that. So we'll be well protected. Shouldn't have too many problems. Hey, look, I can just drop stuff and then go Shift-O, and it gets organized. God, I love that. I will never get over how amazing that is. By the way, this table is where I'm putting things that I constantly use. So battery cells, I don't need to take my welder, so I'm going to leave my welder here. So anything that I very frequently will wind up using, I'm going to drop on this table. So like hacksaw and the wrench is what I've been trying to do, just to keep it out of the organizing area. Okay, so we're going to grab a few things for today's adventure. We'll grab ourselves, grab the rucksack, put away the backpack. Armor-wise, I think we can wind up doing probably the Kabuto and the Oyori. Oyori? Poor fit, good fit. And we'll get our all-pike, wherever that might be. Perfect. All right, so we've got our all-pike, we've got a rucksack. We'll drop off this battery cell. We don't really need that, I don't believe. I still really do want to get this solar backpack at some point, but I think we're missing... Wait, short rope. We must have gotten something else that we were missing. We don't have... We were missing something else before. We can make short rope. Nice. We'll make this real quick. I'm kind of curious about this solar backpack. That seems really, really cool. Hey, perfect. It's also getting dark outside. I'm starving, so I'm going to take a quick intermission. I forgot all about this. We're going to go ahead and eat. Do we have any disposable? Not disposable, but food that is going... The smoked meat is frozen. Other than that, it's a lot of canned food. Tinned foods, I guess. Let's eat this disposable food for a bit. I just don't want this in the list anymore. It'd be kind of nice to have it removed completely. Oh god, did I just eat lard? Oh, don't eat the lard, Sarah. Alright, well that's disgusting. Whatever gets her through the day, I suppose. Alright, so she's full now. Well, she immediately popped back to hungry, but let's do backpack. Solar backpack folded. So I wonder if maybe... oh, you know what? I forgot how tired she was. We're going to have to rest a little bit before we wind up doing this. So, solar backpack can be worn. This unfolds it. Excuse me. You have no cable charging system to plug it in, so you leave it alone. So we need a cable charging system? Curious. What does that entail? It's still folded. So it can be worn as one. It has an integrated cable to plug it into a cable charger system. Cable charger system. So what is this like a handheld recharger or recharging station? And actually, I wonder if it might be that. Just for fun. Was this what it was talking about? Nope, it still says you have no cable charging system to plug it in. Okay, well, we'll mess around with that a bit more. I mean, by and large, we're always going to come back here at the end of the day, and I don't think we're going to run out of anything in the immediate future. So we'll keep the solar charging backpack home, mostly because it's going to take up some space on my body. We've got a headlamp, rucksack. We have, we'll drop off some of the scrap metal stuff here. Pair of welding goggles. We'll also take... I wouldn't mind grabbing that molly pack at some point, but we're actually really good in terms of warmth versus encumbrance. We're kind of moderately encumbered all over the place, but it's not all that bad. So the last thing I think I wanted to take was maybe if we can grab my goggles, which I'm going to keep off to the side next time so that I don't have to run through the list. Right. All right, Sarah, go ahead and hit nap, and we'll be ready to leave. Probably we'll have to do a daytime run, but that's fine. We should be relatively quick. I just realized what I'd forgotten and what's making my vision so crappy. We need glasses because we are blind as a bat. Right, so eyeglasses, pair of eyeglasses. Hooray, we can see again. Wonderful. So Sarah is peckish but hydrated. We're good to go there. We've got our goggles, which I don't really know if we need them right now. It's morning. Do we have a watch somewhere? What? We don't have a watch anywhere? Huh. Would it be under something else? Or maybe I disassembled it. Would a watch be a tool instead? Pocket watch. There we go. All right, so we're able to see what time it is. It's 10 in the morning. So this raid will probably be most of the day. So we don't really need to bring the goggles here. We've got the pocket watch, all pike. I will bring a screwdriver. We should have like different tables set up for quickly grabbing things. Like if we want to go on a daytime raid, we'll have a table full of daytime stuff. Like whatever you might need to go on a daytime raid. Or we'll have a vehicle repairing table. So I've got my wrench and my welder. That's actually not a bad idea. That way we always know where things are during a certain adventure. I'd love to see some kind of option for outfits. There's no outfits, right? I'm not like losing my mind. Okay, cool. As far as I know, there's no outfits in the game yet. But like having an outfit that would grab from all of your storage. You know, I want to do working on my car, right? So I want to work on my car. I go to my outfit list and I pick my mechanic outfit. So I grab all the items that might be interesting or I might want to use for the mechanic stuff. So that'd be kind of cool. All right, so let's grab a few meals here, just in case we get out there for a long time. We'll grab a spaghetti and mushroom fettuccine. Oh, I always traded those away. Not gonna lie. Okay. All pike. Really, we can pretty much accomplish everything with an all pike and a screwdriver. I'm pretty happy with that. Do we actually have that tool belt? I think I might have taken that off back in the day. So let's grab the tool belt. Hello? Really? Firefighter? There it is. Firefighter belt with crowbar. I think we're mostly good. Let's go ahead and head on out here, and I'll be back once we're closer to the city. Oh, by the way, I've left this warm spiral out for a long time. It still has never been charged up, so I'm just wondering if maybe, and I mean, I could wield it, right? Because I think they're supposed to be wielded in order to get a charge, but I've been wielding this thing off camera for at least a day in the past, and it never did seem to do anything. So I'm guessing that maybe it's just not working. I might have been between builds as well, so it's quite possible. We spotted a tough time. Oh, we are going to have to walk past all of our friends here. Oh, lovely. There's like 1,000 of them. Maybe I should have worn my rollerblades instead. We'll let Sarah's nimbleness be our leader here. Well, here's the vehicle that we'll be able to use to go all the way up to the northeast. It's got a full battery. It's super lightweight. And this should hopefully get us all the way over to the northeast down the road if we want to go that route to get our military truck if we don't find something here today. Right, we're going to drop, we'll store our, you know what? I might just keep the worm spike. I might just drop it. I'll tell you what. Let's drop it into this vehicle here. Because we're going to come back and use this at some point today. So we'll drop off that worm spiral. I just don't think it's going to be doing anything for us right now. I really don't. To be fair, I also should have maybe grabbed a bit of diesel fuel in the event that we're going to be trying to look for a military truck. So that might have screwed me up a bit, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll be able to find some solution to that. There is a turret, which is probably disabled now. Let's see if we can sprint over to this military truck. They're all occupied with him. I will happily take your cash card, and that's it. You are a... Ooh, what the crap? This is a brand new, completely working security van. Yes, please. Did I start up the vehicle? Sure enough, it is a brand new security. When did this spawn? And why is it completely brand new? Well, there we go. That was the solution to today's day raid. All we needed was a vehicle in good shape, and we found it. We'll lose our mirror, that's fine. We'll push the bicycle out of the way. I'm going to take this back home immediately. It is a 100%. Is it full up, too? Okay, it's a little bit short on diesel, but look at that. Every single tile is 100% working. We might use this as our base and grab the parts off of the truck, the deuce and a half, because this one is in excellent shape. A lot less maintenance will have to be done on this thing. Oops, I ran through a building. You know what? Maybe if I stop running through buildings, this might last a little bit longer. Awesome, we'll take this home, and what I will probably do is actually grab the solar-powered vehicle from the bridge and head out to... Hello. We are stuck here, or what? Is my vehicle too long? I don't think it is. I think the zombies were a bit too heavy for us to push through. A little awkward of a turning spot. There we go. Sorry about that. Now I probably have some damage. Let's see. Wow. Very little damage for all that running around into buildings and stuff. I'm pretty excited about it. All right, well, I'll take this back home. I never thought I'd spend time parking vehicles in a video game, but you know what? Here we are. All right, let me try to move my vehicle over, and I'm trying to make a little bit of room here so we can do some work between all three vehicles. But yeah, we have a new cargo truck home, or the security van. I think it's the same material as the other truck, the military truck. So in theory, it should do exactly what we were looking for it to do in terms of being our mobile base, right? It does not have the ram on front, but it is the same length, and we are going to be able to just kind of pull parts from one, I think, and add them onto the next one. This is so cool. Wonderful. Look how in good shape this is, though. Every part is brand spanking new, except for what I ran into here, a couple zombies and a couple vehicles on the way out of town, compared to this vehicle that has quite a lot of damage to it. So yeah, I'm really excited about finding this, what even is this, a safe? A security van? It is the same plating, is it not? Let's see. It has heavy-duty frame. Oh, it doesn't have the upper armored plating, or does it? Military composite armor plating. This has just steel plating. Okay, so that's fine. We could remove all of the military composite armor plating. A lot of that armor plating is in good shape. Can we just remove that easily with skill? Yeah, we only have to have a skill of 4. So most of the military composite plating is in good shape. Okay, well, except for some areas on the left side of that truck. Now, we can't repair this until we have mechanics of 7. However, if we wind up, moving stuff from one vehicle to another vehicle, and we spend like a whole day doing that, we'll probably wind up getting our mechanic skill to 7 naturally. So that shouldn't be too hard. We'll also be able to make a new ram. Is this ram damaged at all? Spiked plating, things like that. We could repair this, though. So we'll be able to repair this, move it over to this vehicle. I will probably... Where are the tires at? We've got one tire up front, 24-inch too, compared to the 32-inch, right? Does that make a difference? Your vehicle needs it. I don't know what the style of tires really does for you. Would it be better to have the 24-inch will be more available, right? We're going to see more 24-inch wheels available. Maybe it's because it's an armored wheel. It's going to be able to take a bit more damage. We can repair this anyway, though. We can repair all 4 32-inch armored wheels and move them onto the new vehicle. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, I think what I'd like to do... Now, we don't need to go all the way to the northeast anymore to get that other military truck, because this is the one that we're going to use. I think today, then, is going to be a bit of vehicle remodeling, probably today and next episode as well. All right, so I'm going to start taking the plating off of the vehicle. We'll probably also grab those heavy-duty frames to use as a base for the spike plating. So I'll probably do this for a bit, and try to think of the best way to kind of cover this. I don't want to really go every single tile, but we'll just do a little bit at a time, and we'll kind of do a bit of a review of like, what have we learned today, and what kind of mechanical things have we done to the vehicle. So I'll be back after Sarah gets a bit of a nap too. She's pretty tired, so I think here in a minute she's going to hit the dead tired point, I will go ahead and preemptively give her a nap before then, and we will look at continuing to expand our glorious vehicle. I think I want to, by the way, since we're talking about it. Do we want to keep this, maybe the back open, like as our entrance point into the truck? I wonder if this is a little bit less secure. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think it matters all that much. What's the blue mean versus the green? Is this the... This might be the steel plating. Let's take a piece of the steel plating off. Okay, so it is the plating. The plating gives the color. And I think I've seen this before in... Let's go down to where that plating was at, which was right here, was it? So if you look under plating... Right, okay, so it has a bunch of different colors. So the military plating is going to be green, and the steel plating is going to be blue. So that's what the difference in the color there was. That's fine. We'll reinstall that down the road, although I think we are going to try to grab most of the military composite plating, because that should, in theory, I'm guessing it's going to have a harder value. Can we actually get... Let's see, military... Can we find the composite values? Or the armor values? So if I look for plating... No, we only have steel plating... So I'm actually curious about how we're able to tell how strong one of the plating things is versus, you know, one plating versus another plating. I might have to go check. Let's see, armor plate will partially protect other components from on the same tile from damage. This one is armor plate will partially protect. So I don't know. I don't know how to see which one's which. I'm guessing that the military composite is going to be a little bit better quality than the steel. This needs mechanics 2. Okay, so this needs mechanics of 2. This needs mechanics of 6. So that is at least, it lets us know a good idea of, you know, which one's which one has the better quality. I'm assuming a higher difficulty level means that this is going to be actually worth its while. Okay, I think we're in better shape. I've got a lot of the parts starting to come off the other vehicle, so I'm trying to get the wheels right now. So I'm going to grab all the wheels. We're going to replace all of the wheels on our vehicle on the right, the bank car, with all of the armored 32-inch wheels from the military vehicle. I'm also grabbing frames as I go, and we're also going to take the military composite when needed, although I think we're going to have a bit of a time before we're able to actually use it because of our skill. Although, I don't know, how much have I gotten so far? I'm up to 75%, so really, I think, if we keep mucking about with this, and, you know, we keep adding things on and removing parts from here and there and doing repairs, we should hit level 7. I hope. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm removing the boards, removing the things to basically extend the vehicle backwards. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is super fun. We're going to have a glorious RV that is completely reinforced, and it's going to be amazing. Okay, so I think this is where we want to have our vehicle, right? We're going to do... How many more tiles back do we want? I should start thinking about how we're going to lay this thing out. So I'm going to remove the central part here. And I honestly can probably do that right now. So we're going to remove the central barrier, at least between... the driver's cockpit in the back. I think I will put a door with curtains here. That way, whenever we do go in the back and we sleep, we're going to have complete protection from light, and we won't get woken up if we don't want to. Now, the other question is, do we keep the door on this side, or do we put a door in the far back of the vehicle? I kind of like the idea of probably just having one door for the driver's side, and then maybe one door for the passenger side. Or do we just want to have the driver's side only? We get into the driver's side, and we go into the back. The only problem is that I could see if we're transferring stuff from, say, a push cart into the vehicle, we don't want to sit there and drag it have to do the long transfer. So maybe being able to come right through the back door would be pretty easy. So I can take off the side door here. So we're going to remove the opaque door, remove the steel plating. I am trying to every so often remove the plating as we go. Plating windshield. Oops, I don't actually think I want to do that. This tile, there we go. Plating and heavy-duty door. Wonderful. Where are we at for skill now? I've been working on this for a little bit. It's pretty slow going, but we are slowly but surely getting there. Right, so let's extend the truck backwards. So this is the part I haven't really done much with, but we should have tons. Uh-oh. Do we not have heavy-duty frames? What's going on here? Frame. Heavy-duty frame. Did I somehow, like, forget my goggles, or have I never had them? We've got our welder. I think the welder needs to be recharged. So there we go. That was that. What else did I forget to do that? I think I didn't quite complete that. I have to do this one here. And I must have forgotten my googlies at some point. Hey, I did it. Nice. All right. Welding goggles. Okay. Yeah, that's right. We are welding now. So we're going to need some glare protection. So let's do heavy frame across the back. No parts here. I think we need to step on the part. The one to the south. Yeah, there we go. So heavy-duty frame. Lovely. Oh, while we're thinking about it, I think we can do... Now, didn't it also have a heavy-duty frame on the front for that spiked... isn't that where the spiked thing went? It went... spiked ram is different then. So reinforced ram, because what we had last time was... I thought it was on a heavy-duty frame. So it was a frame, and then it was kind of a support piece, right? Steel plating, spiked plating. Spiked plate that will increase damage delivered to someone else in collisions. So what about if we just do the spiked ram? Place at the edge of the vehicle to reduce damage taken in collisions and to increase damage delivered in collisions if the ram is the first part of the vehicle to collide. So which one do we put on here? Does it really matter? One of them is spiked plating. One of them is a spiked ram. So I guess the ram would make more sense. Maybe it just had... Oh yeah, we're going to do this. This looks way cooler. This is what we'll do. We'll put this in the front. This is actually taking a long time to do the installations of these. But we'll go ahead and put the spiked rams up top. Although I bet the reason it has... I bet the spiked ram's going to get damaged more though. Wouldn't it? Because what we had before was, on this tile, it was the heavy-duty frame and then the spiked plating. I bet the plating is going to offer a little bit of protection. We'll try, you know what? We're just going to try out the spiked ram. We'll run through town. We'll see how many zombos we can kill with the spiked ram for fun. And you know what? If we have to replace it, we'll replace it. It's going to be a great old time. So there's a spiked ram there. Oh yeah, we're looking super Mad Max right now. I'm loving this. We don't have any more spiked rams. So can we craft a spiked ram? Just a spike. Let me go to my pile of books here. Oh, we can only make spiked plating. But this might count. No, this is what we need, right? All right, let's use the forge. Okay, we've made... You memorized the recipe for spiked plating. Lovely. Did all we need is just spiked plating here and we can make the spiked ram? Yep, that's it. Okay, cool. Right, so can we walk into this and get hurt? Okay, good. Just asking for a friend. So we've got our spiked rams on front. I like it. They're probably going to get torn up a little bit more, though, than the reinforced stuff, but that's fine. We're gonna a lot of this is gonna be experimentation for us, right? We've never really done a full-scale vehicle redesign before, so a lot of this is actually really, really exciting for me. So we'll continue to add the frames on the back, and I'll come back here in just a bit. By the way, I'm looking up a couple things on the wiki right now, or on the there's a wiki, but then there's an actual item browser, and I think it integrates with GitHub and it lets you look at every single item in the game, possibly. I'm not really entirely sure how it shows up, but the steel ram has an entry here, but it doesn't have information about the damage. But if I'm looking at, say, the, where did it go? The spiked plating has a value of 6 bash and 3 stab. So take that for what it's worth. I'm not really sure what it means in the long run, but it does seem like spiked rams are the way to go right now. Right, so how much longer do we want to make this vehicle? I think right now we've got our cockpit here. We'll probably remove the chair from here and the whatever this might. Although this could be a recharging station. It might already be one. Let's look at it from the vehicle screen. There's an AR-15 in there, which is nice. It's just a box. We might have removed the recharging station from here, or maybe it just never had one. But we could have our own recharging station. We probably will. So that wouldn't be a bad spot to put it. So, or maybe in the tile next to us, right there in the passenger seat. So we're going to put a normal board here. We could do... I just need enough room to store stuff and then have cooking instruments, right? So we're going to have, like, at least a stove. What do we need to have with us? We need to have at least a stove to do the hot plate. I think we also might want to have the food co, maybe, or we just grab the charcoal smoker instead. Can we install a charcoal smoker? I think the aisle is going to preclude us from doing that. So heavy-duty roof, there we go. Ooh, heavy-duty roofs is something I had not thought about. We might, well, we're actually lucky because this already has heavy-duty roofs. So the other vehicle was completely open in the back, wasn't it? I don't think I even thought about that. Was this, is this open? Oh, it is open, right. So we got a little bit lucky. We would have had to install a roof, and I probably wouldn't have noticed until we're, like, on our way. So, all this stuff here, yeah, but what am I thinking of again? It was the smoker. Okay. Nothing for any of those. Does it have to have an aisle? Would it have to be installed on the aisle or no? I guess not. Charcoal. Maybe something we just put down instead of an actual unit of something. But I think the food co would act as... If we look up the food co, doesn't the food co have a food processor? Yeah, it has a food dehydrator built into it. So in theory, we should be able to use the food dehydrator from the food co to dehydrate any food we make, right? And if we're trying to make dehydrated meat, we want to get, it's going to be charcoal or the food dehydrator and just a chunk of scrap of meat. So we should be able to make this last for quite a long time on the road. So a food co buddy and a kitchen unit and a refrigerator or a freezer, I'm guessing. Probably one or the other. Probably a refrigerator just so we don't have to take up a ton of space. And then the rest of this is going to be used for storage from our wonderful activity. So I probably will put the kitchen units up here. Let's see if we can extend this down one more notch, because this is going to be a really long vehicle. We might run out of plating. We'll see. Okay, I think we might be pretty good. So we're going to have something like, say, a kitchen unit here, food co here, some seat, maybe just keep this seat where it is, and then a refrigerator. And if we're crafting from somewhere, if we craft from the center aisle, maybe we'll put a seat right here. If we craft from here, it will be able to grab the food processors and the refrigerator, and then the storage units all in the back here. And this entire back might be dedicated to just cargo racks. So I think this might be okay. This is probably going to be the length of the vehicle. Pretty long vehicle, but again, this is our long-term road warrior vehicle, right? So this is kind of what we're hoping to take with us for a very long time. Now begins the fun of trying to transform everything the way we want it. Now, it does have trunks already pre-installed, so I'm kind of curious about, let's remove yon seat and seat belt. I'd like to try to install the, I think it's the cargo, right? The cargo space. This is going to require cargo carriers. We could, instead of messing about with this, we could wind up going... I don't have any fuel in here, do I? 15% diesel, 100%, or sorry, that was only 9% diesel. None of my vehicles work right now. I've torn apart all of my vehicles in order to mess with this. Let's put the wheels on this and take this over to the bridge. I seem to recall a cargo truck on the bridge, and I think the cargo truck has carrier racks in it. So let's go see if we can grab those real quick. Okay, the security engine is up and running. Right, so at least it turned on. Let's grab a hose and we'll siphon over some of the existing diesel from the one vehicle to another. Hose, please. One hose. We also need, what are we going to need to remove a cargo rack from? Probably the wrench. I think we already have the wrench in our hands, or no? Oh, we got a wrench and welder. We may need some charges. I think we're out of charges. So let's grab the battery cells. Hello, what happened? Did you turn off at some point? Oh, I have my recharger completely turned off. Well, that doesn't help things, does it? Hey, we're full of water, though. We can actually do, turn on water purifier. I think it just does it once. Or you have to turn it on, and then we do this. Purify water in vehicle tank, and then boom. It instantly purifies all the water using whatever amount of charge it needed. So that's kind of helpful. So let's turn off the purifier. Let me dump in my dead batteries here. I've got a bunch of dead batteries I need to put away. And I'll just wait for a few minutes and get these batteries charged back up. I don't know how long or how much is going to be needed for our welder to use. So let's wait a little bit. Right, so about 6,000 heartbeats later, and we've got all of our charged battery cells. Good enough, good enough. So we'll grab this. We got our charges, we've got our welder here, and do we need anything else? I'm trying to think here. Welder, hacksaw. I think we're going to be okay to take whatever we need. So let's go ahead and hop into our vehicle. We'll do a little bit of siphoning from your tank into security van. Siphon. Ooh, what did I just do? I think I did it right, did I? What to do with the diesel from the cargo truck? Security van, this tank. Okay, yeah. It was really funky at first. That's good enough. That'll be fine to get us on our trip, hopefully. So, number one, can we move? We can move really slowly. 154% per hour, 0 seconds until full. 9 hours until empty. What's our maximum speed? Someone told me that the top speed is what you're looking for. Okay, so as long as the top speed is around 100, your vehicle engine, the amount of engines you have should be able to move your vehicle. Okay, there we go. It was a little bit slow at first. We're rocking. This thing feels real smooth. Oh, hey, guess what? We're going to be able to test here. our spiked rams in front. Oh, hell yes. Let's speed up a bit. Let's get it to ramming speed, ludicrous speed, perhaps. All right, baby, here we go. We're going to bump this up to 30 miles an hour. Oh, that's satisfying. Oh, that's super satisfying. Oh, happy days, yes. All right, we'll keep that for good knowledge for later on. I don't know, let's see if it took any damage, really. Spiked, okay, so the spiked rams did get really damaged running them through a bunch of zombies, so maybe we're supposed to use this, the spiked plating version instead of the spiked ram, just by itself. We'll mess around with that a bit more. Maybe there's a way we can put like some composite armor around the spikes or something in order to keep them lasting a bit longer. That was still really fun, though. What are you out in the middle of the water? Are you a bunch of seeds? Row. Okay, fair enough. Right, so here's the cargo vehicle I was talking about. I have to move so that I can get out. Oh, we have a big, giant, gaping hole in our back, so that's fine. Okay, so press button. Stop driving. No. Yes, that turned the vehicle off. Cool. So, are these cargo carriers? They are cargo spaces. This is exactly what I was hoping for. 250-liter cargo spaces. So, we shall remove these, and we'll try to get the better quality ones. I mean, not that it really matters. Oh, hey, puppy. Yeah, let's stop what we're doing. Did I forget all my weapons? I totally did. We are a martial artist, right? Of some sort? Of some renown? Probably not. What are we good in? Zuiquan, Tai Chi, Aikido, Brawling. We'll get some Zuiquan action going here. Mostly because I forgot my weapon. So, oops. Come on, puppy. Oh, that's right. You don't even know. That's fun. All right, so let me pull the cargo spaces off of this. I think we're going to need about... Well, we can take a look right now. So, crafting... Fridge, storage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 cargo racks, I think. And then in the middle, I'll probably wind up. Someone told me about, or someone mentioned in the comments about doing things like the aisle. Isn't there like an aisle storage you can do? It might be. Is it the cargo space? You can't. I mean, you can walk over them, can't you? Because you can just go right into the back of this truck. So that's not a big deal. But for sake of RP, not that that's really important, but to me it kind of is. I don't want Sarah crawling over a bunch of cargo racks, right? I thought there was like a board or like a board trunk or something like that, where a floor trunk. Here we go, an aisle with a hatch that lets you access cargo space below it. There we go. We can just add a little bit more, maybe for things like medicine or something that's going to have a very, very small volume. So that will satisfy my requirement to have something RP-ish. And it'll also give us more storage space. But we don't have to pull anything off this vehicle for that. We'll just do it back at home. Okay, they took up a ton of space, but I think I got all of the storage racks. If I back up, there's no more on the ground. Yep, we're in good shape. Okay, cool. So let's back up all the way out. I think we're clear all the way to the side of the bridge. Yeah, I'm going to take us home. And looking at all of the sounds I've recorded here on my audio thing, I think this is a good time to put a cut in. Might be a little bit shorter than like a 45-minute to an hour video that I was hoping for, but next episode we'll continue on with the reconstruction or the construction of what are we going to call this thing? Like the Freedom 1? No, Sarah's a patriot of sorts, but you know, let's be real. She like slept through her National Guard call to arms, so she's only a patriot in so many ways. I love that we're able to just smash through these guys. That makes me so happy inside. That's really fun. But thank you guys so much for joining me. We'll continue to think about the name of our lovely cargo carrier at some point down the road, or our mobile base. But we are back home. I will get this taken care of. Thanks for joining me as always. Until next time, take care.